In the vast universe of existence, we often find ourselves adrift, searching for meaning and purpose. Our minds, a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions, yearn for stillness and clarity. The Syntaxis Symposium series continues the exploration and study of Ashtanga's limbs. Ashtanga Yoga, an ancient Indian practice, offers a path to navigate this inner landscape and attain a state of profound peace and understanding. Through a systematic and transformative approach, Ashtanga Yoga guides us on a journey of self-discovery, leading us towards liberation from suffering and the realization of our true nature. At the heart of Ashtanga Yoga lies the eight-limbed path, a comprehensive framework for spiritual growth and self-transformation. This path, outlined in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, provides a step-by-step guide to stilling the fluctuations of the mind and attaining a state of union between the individual consciousness and the universal consciousness. Each limb builds upon the previous one, creating a holistic and integrated approach to yoga practice. As we delve into the depths of Ashtanga Yoga, we will embark on a captivating exploration of its final three limbs: Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. These limbs, often referred to as the inner limbs, mark the culmination of the yogic journey, guiding us towards the ultimate goal of liberation. Through the practices of concentration, meditation, and absorption, we can transcend the limitations of the mind and experience the boundless peace and bliss that lie within. Our journey will be one of both challenge and reward, requiring dedication, discipline, and a willingness to explore the unknown depths of our being. Along the way, we will uncover the transformative power of these practices, not only on the mat but also in our daily lives. Join us as we embark on this extraordinary adventure, delving into the profound wisdom of Ashtanga Yoga's final limbs. To fully appreciate the significance of the final three limbs, it's essential to understand their place within the broader framework of the eight-limbed path. The first two limbs, Yama and Niyama, form the ethical foundation of yoga, guiding our interactions with ourselves and the world around us. Yama encompasses 5 moral restraints: ahimsa, non-violence; satya, truthfulness; asteya, non-stealing; brahmacharya, moderation; and aparigraha, non-attachment. Niyama, on the other hand, consists of 5 observances: saucha, purity; santosha, contentment; tapas, self-discipline; svadhyaya, self-study; and ishvara pranidhana, surrender to a higher power. These ethical principles provide a moral compass, guiding us towards a life of integrity, compassion, and purpose. They create a solid foundation for the subsequent limbs, enabling us to approach our practice with clarity, focus, and humility. The third and fourth limbs, asana and pranayama, focus on the physical body and breath. Asana refers to the physical postures of yoga, which aim to purify the body, cultivate strength and flexibility, and create a steady and comfortable seat for meditation. Pranayama, the practice of breath control, expands upon the work of asana, regulating the flow of prana or life force energy within the body. By calming and deepening the breath, pranayama stills the mind, preparing us for the deeper practices of concentration and meditation. These 4 limbs, yama, niyama, asana, and pranayama, lay the groundwork for the final 4 limbs, which delve into the realms of the mind and spirit. Pratyahara, the 5th limb, marks a turning point in the yogic journey. It involves withdrawing the senses from the external world and directing our attention inward. By detaching from sensory distractions, we create the space to explore the subtler realms of our being and cultivate a deeper connection with ourselves. Pratyahara paves the way for the final 3 limbs, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi, which form the heart of our exploration. These limbs represent a progressive journey inward, from the initial stages of concentration to the profound absorption of samadhi. As we refine our focus, still the fluctuations of the mind, and cultivate a state of deep inner stillness, we gain access to profound insights, wisdom, and liberation. Dharana, the sixth limb, marks the beginning of this inward journey. It involves focusing the mind on a single point, object, or idea. This practice of concentration requires effort and discipline, as the mind naturally tends towards distraction and restlessness. Through consistent practice, however, we can strengthen our ability to direct and sustain our attention, developing mental clarity, focus, and willpower. Dhyana, the seventh limb, naturally arises from the sustained concentration of dharana. As we become more adept at focusing our minds, the distractions gradually fade away, and we enter into a state of effortless meditation. In this state, the mind becomes calm, clear, and one-pointed, allowing us to experience a deep sense of inner peace and tranquility. Dhyana is not a state of blankness or emptiness, but rather a state of heightened awareness and presence. Samadhi, the eighth and final limb, represents the culmination of the yogic journey. It is a state of profound absorption, where the distinction between the meditator, the act of meditation, and the object of meditation dissolves. In this state of unity consciousness, we experience a profound sense of oneness with all things, transcending the limitations of the individual ego and realizing our true nature as pure consciousness. Our exploration of Ashtanga's final limbs begins with Dharana, the sixth limb, which translates to concentration or holding. Imagine a mind akin to a boisterous marketplace, filled with a cacophony of thoughts, emotions, and sensations vying for attention. Dharana, in this context, is the act of gently guiding this bustling crowd towards a single point of focus, creating a sanctuary of stillness amidst the inner commotion. It is the practice of choosing an object, be it the breath, a mantra, or a visual image, and training the mind to rest upon it steadily and without wavering. This practice, however, is not a forceful act of suppression or control. Instead, it's a gentle shepherding, a patient coaxing of the mind towards a state of single-pointedness. Just as a gardener tends to their seedlings with care, providing the optimal conditions for growth, so too must we approach dharana with patience and kindness, understanding that the mind, like a playful puppy, may initially resist our attempts to tame it. With consistent and compassionate effort, however, we can gradually train the mind to settle, allowing the seeds of concentration to take root and flourish. The benefits of dharana extend far beyond the yoga mat, permeating all aspects of our lives. As we develop the ability to focus our minds, we become less susceptible to the incessant chatter of our thoughts and the pull of external distractions. Our minds become sharper, our thoughts clearer, and our actions more deliberate. We become more present in our daily lives, better able to engage with the world around us with clarity, focus, and intention. In a world saturated with information and stimulation, cultivating dharana has become more crucial than ever. The constant influx of digital notifications, news updates, and social media feeds can leave us feeling scattered, overwhelmed, and disconnected from ourselves. Dharana offers an antidote to this frenetic pace, providing a sanctuary of stillness amidst the external chaos and empowering us to reclaim our attention and live with greater purpose and presence. The object of dharana can vary depending on individual preference and the guidance of a teacher. Some common focal points include the breath, a mantra, a visual image, or a specific point in the body. The breath, often referred to as the bridge between the body and mind, serves as a natural anchor for our attention. By focusing on the subtle sensations of the breath, the rise and fall of the chest, the coolness of the inhale, the warmth of the exhale, we can gently guide the mind inward, calming the fluctuations of thought and emotion. Mantras, sacred sounds or words repeated silently or aloud, can also serve as powerful tools for concentration. The rhythmic repetition of a mantra helps to quiet the mind, creating a vibrational field that promotes focus and clarity. Visualizations, such as imagining a flickering candle flame, a serene landscape, or a deity, can also be effective focal points for dharana. By engaging the power of imagery, we can draw the mind inward, cultivating a sense of tranquility and focus. The key to choosing an object for dharana is to find something that resonates with you personally, something that you can return to again and again without boredom or aversion. Experiment with different focal points, noticing which ones feel most natural and effortless for you. There's no right or wrong answer, as the most important factor is finding an object that allows you to access a state of inner stillness and concentration. Remember that dharana is a practice, and like any skill, it requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to begin again when the mind inevitably wanders. Don't be discouraged if you find your mind drifting away from your chosen object. Gently guide it back, without judgment or self-criticism, and continue to cultivate the muscle of concentration with each returning breath, each repetition of the mantra, each moment of focus on your chosen image. The practice of dharana is not merely about developing mental focus. It's about cultivating a state of inner stillness, a space of quietude within the depths of our being. As we learn to steady the mind, to quiet the incessant chatter of thoughts, we create the space for deeper insights, wisdom, and self-awareness to emerge. In the stillness of dharana, we begin to glimpse the true nature of our being, beyond the fluctuations of the mind and the limitations of the ego. This inner stillness is not a state of emptiness or blankness. Rather, it is a state of heightened awareness, of being fully present in the moment without the distractions of the past or the anxieties of the future. It is in this state of presence that we can connect with our intuition, our creativity, and the boundless wisdom that resides within. Cultivating inner stillness through dharana is not a one-time event but an ongoing process, a journey of self-discovery that unfolds gradually over time. As we continue to practice, we may encounter resistance, restlessness, or a tendency for the mind to wander. These challenges are not obstacles but opportunities for growth, invitations to deepen our practice and cultivate greater patience, compassion, and self-awareness. Remember that the journey inward is not a linear progression but a spiral path, with moments of clarity and focus interspersed with periods of distraction and restlessness. Embrace the ebb and flow of the practice, approaching each moment with kindness, curiosity, and a willingness to begin again. With consistent effort and a compassionate heart, the fruits of dharana, inner stillness, clarity, and wisdom will naturally arise, enriching our lives both on and off the mat. Emerging from the focused stillness of dharana, we transition into the seventh limb of Ashtanga Yoga, dhyana, often translated as meditation. If dharana is the act of gathering the scattered threads of our attention and fixing them upon a single point, then dhyana is the state of effortless absorption that arises when those threads weave themselves into a continuous tapestry of awareness. The initial effort of concentration softens, the boundaries between the observer and the observed begin to blur, and we enter into a flow state characterized by profound stillness, clarity, and peace. Imagine a river, its surface initially choppy and turbulent, tossed about by the wind and hidden currents. As we practice dharana, we begin to calm the waters, stilling the surface and allowing the depths to become visible. Dhyana, then, is the experience of diving into those depths, of allowing ourselves to be carried by the river's current, effortlessly gliding through the inner landscape of our being. This state of meditative absorption is not something that we force or conjure up through sheer willpower. Rather, it arises naturally from the sustained practice of dharana, like a delicate flower blooming when the conditions are just right. As we cultivate the ability to focus our minds, to quiet the incessant chatter of thoughts, we create the fertile ground from which dhyana can blossom. The transition from dharana to dhyana is often subtle, a gradual deepening of focus and absorption rather than a sudden shift. We may find that our chosen object of meditation, the breath, the mantra, the image, begins to dissolve, or that our awareness expands to encompass a wider field of experience. There may be moments when the mind falls silent, when the boundaries between ourselves and the object of meditation seem to disappear. These are glimpses into the profound state of dhyana, offering a taste of the peace, clarity, and unity consciousness that await us as we continue to deepen our practice. One of the hallmarks of dhyana is a marked decrease in mental distractions. While the mind may still wander from time to time, these wanderings become less frequent and less intrusive. It's as if the mind, having grown accustomed to the practice of concentration, develops a natural inclination towards stillness, returning effortlessly to the object of meditation even when distractions arise. This doesn't mean, however, that the mind becomes blank or devoid of thought. Rather, the quality of our thoughts begins to change. The usual mental chatter, the worries, plans, judgments, and daydreams gradually subsides, replaced by a quieter, more spacious awareness. Thoughts may still arise, but they are observed with a sense of detachment, like clouds passing through the vast expanse of the sky without disturbing its inherent stillness. This ability to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them is a key element of dhyana. We begin to relate to our thoughts differently, recognizing them as transient mental formations rather than solid, unchanging truths. This shift in perspective can be incredibly liberating, freeing us from the grip of negative thought patterns and limiting beliefs that may have held us back in the past. As we spend more time in dhyana, we may also find that our senses become more refined. We may become more attuned to subtle sounds, sights, and sensations that we previously overlooked. This heightened awareness is not about seeking out new experiences, but rather about deepening our appreciation for the present moment, finding the extraordinary within the ordinary. The world around us takes on a new vibrancy and aliveness as we begin to experience it through the lens of meditative awareness. Dhyana is about being fully present, connecting with ourselves and the world. It reveals our natural state, obscured by distractions. Through dhyana, we find clarity, purpose, and joy. Samadhi is the pinnacle of Ashtanga yoga, a state of complete absorption. It merges the self with the object of meditation, dissolving separateness. This unity consciousness awakens us to our interconnectedness. Samadhi involves dissolving boundaries, revealing our interconnectedness. This process feels like a rebirth, transforming our sense of self. Embrace the journey, knowing each step brings you closer to unity. Samadhi brings profound peace and liberation. It shifts our perception, fostering empathy and compassion. This state permeates all aspects of life, embodying peace and wisdom. The 8 limbs of yoga form a holistic path. Each limb supports the others, leading to spiritual growth. Dharana, dhyana, and samadhi transform our lives beyond the mat. Yoga's true measure is in how we live our lives. Concentration and meditation cultivate resilience and compassion. These practices awaken us to the interconnectedness of all things. Ashtanga yoga is for everyone, embracing our full potential. Challenges are opportunities for growth and self-awareness. The journey is about being present, moment by moment. Guidance from a teacher and community support enhance the journey. Resources like books and online courses provide valuable insights. Trust your intuition and approach the practice with self-compassion. Yoga is an ever-unfolding path of growth and transformation, Embrace each moment with curiosity and openness. The goal is self-realization, uncovering our true nature. The true measure of our yoga practice lies not in the time we spend on the mat or the depth of our meditation, but in the way we live our lives. As we integrate the insights gained through our practice into our daily activities, we begin to embody the qualities of peace, compassion, and wisdom that characterize a life lived in alignment with yogic principles. Our interactions with others become infused with greater kindness, understanding, and empathy. We learn to listen more attentively, to communicate more authentically, and to approach conflict with greater equanimity and grace. Our work becomes an expression of our unique gifts and talents, a way to contribute to the well-being of ourselves and others. We develop a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things, recognizing that our actions, no matter how small, have a ripple effect on the world around us. We become more mindful of our impact on the environment, on our communities, and on future generations. The journey of Ashtanga's final limbs is not about escaping from the world, but rather about showing up in the world with greater presence, awareness, and compassion. It is about living our lives as an expression of our highest potential, contributing to the creation of a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world for all beings. Thank you for your time and attention. As you continue on your journey, may you find joy in the practice, peace in the stillness, and love in the interconnectedness of all things. Namaste. This has been a part of Syntaxis Symposium series.